Audience here. Let me just quickly tell people, Dow Jones Industrial is down 258 points. The NASDAQ is also lower, and we've got the S&P down about 1 2/3%, lower by 34 points. I want to bring in Hitesh Sheth. He's with Vectra Networks. He's a cybersecurity expert who specializes with financial institutions. Hitesh, right off the bat, I have to say, everybody is saying this is not some type of hack or some type of nefarious behavior. So let's just say that's true. Does it send a message then that we are vulnerable, and right at this moment, do we have the bad guys trying to find little cracks and ways in?
All the time, Liz, all the time. Hey, look, I'm not here to challenge NYSE's statement that this is not a cyber attack. They are pretty sophisticated in the kind of systems they have in place, I'm pretty sure. But the reality is that, no less than someone like JPMC, who is equally sophisticated, was breached quite thoroughly not too long ago. And then you got OPM in the government, that incident occurred not too long ago as well. And the other reality also is that it takes on average about 9 months for breaches to be discovered by enterprise companies. And the reason is that most of the companies out there still have a very archaic mindset that you can actually stop attacks, when the reality is that the enemy is already inside, and we need to do a much better job in discovering the breaches that have already occurred.
Hitesh, do you put any validity, and I'm not a black helicopter conspiracy theorist, but
Sure.
do you put any validity in that tweet that came from, quote, anonymous, and it's not just it was anonymous, it's from the group, the cyber hacking group Anonymous, and in essence we can put the tweet up. They said, it could be a bad day on Wall Street, quote, we can only hope. Is that just serendipitous that they got that right?
Yeah, look, it wouldn't surprise me if this is their way of trying to gain publicity as well.
Okay.
But
the
interesting thing is, right? But look at what we're doing here. We're actually having a discussion around, stoppage at NYSE and whether this is related to cyber attacks. Because the world we are living in now is that every time a system goes down, your first concern is, okay, were we hacked? And the reality again is that most of the networks that are out there are indeed hacked, and we just don't know about it, which is why we're sitting here having this conversation.
Yep, and again, a lot is bearing down on these markets, not to mention the Greece situation. There is very little clarity now. There was a one-page offer, and it just looks like they wanted to take a blood transfusion from the left arm and put it in the right arm. They asked for more money so that they could then turn around and use that money to pay back the ECB. How does that work? I mean, it just doesn't. Hitesh, thank you very much. Hitesh is a cybersecurity expert. We've got a triple-digit loss here on the Dow Jones Industrial, still about a 1.25%.